Welcome back to the coffee break. If you're here live, if you're here in the recording, I appreciate you being in here. I'm really excited for this stream. We got a lot of shit to talk about. But yeah, this is the coffee break in the George Kingdom. Mondays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. PST. Here we'll cover everything and anything finance, trading, innovation, culture, trends, you name it. Before we get into it, I'm to show that 99% of you who click the like button and subscribe or retweet wherever you're at have incredible financial luck. You know, some would say upwards of 600 to 700% gains. I wouldn't take that chance. Listen, guys, it's a big deal. Today, there's a bunch of stuff to cover. AZUKI has made some pretty crazy, huge announcement news here at AZUKI Vegas. So they had a big event going on the last couple of days. If you're on crypto Twitter, it's been pretty insane seeing all the stuff going on over there. We saw the Near Protocol Foundation partner up with Alibaba. Yes, Ali fucking Baba, like Amazon competitor Alibaba, huge distributor. They partnered up to do some blockchain work together. We have World of Women collaborating with one of the biggest, most historic football clubs in the entire world. We're going to talk about all of that today. I hope you're really excited to get into it. If you are, again, smash that like button for me. If you're in YouTube stream, I would highly suggest, if you're not in the YouTube stream, if you're in Spaces or if you're on Instagram or something, come hit me up on YouTube, because that's where you can actually see my screen and it'll just be a much more enjoyable experience for you. I'm trying to figure out also if I can make this thing full screen where, like, I'm in it though. Like, not quite this, but this. That is so shit, dude. I'll have to do. Okay. Well, it's too bad I can't zoom this in or something. Like, it's so weird. I think I may have to move to StreamYard or something like that. All right. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. Okay. So at the beginning of every stream, I want to get the mind right. I want to get the intention set, make sure we're all thinking about the right things. So GM, everyone, institutions are doing this right in front of your eyes. This has been sort of the theme, the main theme I want to stick with for the next, basically, like, I want to have like a main theme per month. And so institutions are doing this right in front of your eyes, right under your nose is the point of this. The news is there to explain price movement, not the news causing the price movement, not real price movement, right? And when I say that, I like to allude to this quote. It's one of my favorites from the series Game of Thrones from Peter Baelish. Don't fight in the North or the South. Fight every battle, everywhere, always in your mind. Everyone is your enemy. Everyone is your friend. Every possible series of events is happening all at once. Live, live that way, and nothing will surprise you. Everything that seems, Jesus Christ, that was going to be such a hard quote, and I fucked it up. Thing that happens will be something that you've seen before. It's such an important fucking quote because it's so true. We just saw Bitcoin, right? After all the news of BlackRock's ETF thing going on, right? They kind of started tracking up, right? We saw all this consolidation and they spiked up. And then I was like, I think it was last time we met, it was last Thursday at 10 a.m. PST. We had just risen up this. It'd been a couple days of pumping and a couple days of really nice price action. And at that point, I told y'all on stream, like, this is the notes we had from on stream. I was like, yo, we've been pumping for a couple days based just on this one news thing. Like, there's no other related price movement other than a little bit of like, not really any bullish momentum other than the news, right? Like, the news is kind of what set this off. So because of that, I was like, this is a news fueled pump. And I'm so used to NFTs that, like, we typically crash like immediately after, like, usually 36 hours. So we had already been like 2 days in. I was like, look, we're probably gonna pump up a little bit, and I think we're gonna come back down to some of these levels down here. We didn't actually do that. We didn't even need to retrace. They literally said fuck off. They did spike up, so I was partially right. I didn't realize how high it would spike up. It went higher than I predicted, and then it started to come back down. Like, so these are the new support lines instead of these down here. And so it's just been bullish momentum, dude. And it's just bullish momentum after bullish momentum. It's so weird how crypto and the SEC literally went from, like, yo, fuck everyone in crypto, fuck all of crypto, fuck all of you, I hate you, nothing right, nothing works, I don't care what you guys do or don't do, it's wrong. And then BlackRock comes out of nowhere and drops this ETF, and the SEC is just nowhere to be fucking seen. Have not heard a single peep out of them. Been absolute crickets over there. And this is why I brought this up. Institutions are doing this in your head. The news is there to explain the price movement, right? I thought this was going to be a less long pump. I just didn't expect this to be so bullish for so many days now. And maybe in my head, I should have been like, dude, people knew about this. I mean, insider trading is very fucking real. It's very, very real for people who don't know. Insider trading is happening every single day. Um, and yeah, it is very real. And so people knew about this, and I guess a lot of people probably had buys in prepared. People probably have sells up here prepared. So just be super careful out there, guys. We've been bullish for so long. We're in another consolidation period. It's just tough to know, dude. It's so tough to know at these volatile times. Like, it's the time to get in if you're confident in your ability to swing trade. But if you're not, it's just such a volatile time. Like, you just have really no clue what's going on. And right here, I know we're only in the 1 hour. We haven't really done any like proper TA this later on. But before we do, guys, if you're not already following me on Twitter, at Cade Bergman, on YouTube, at Cade Bergman, Instagram, Bergman, and TikTok, Cade Bergman, you're missing out. I post a whole lot of content on all platforms. So make sure you hit me up there. So this is definitely going to be an NFT filled stream, by the way. So there's a lot more NFT than there is crypto going on today, at least from what I was seeing. That was going to be interesting to cover. So, anyways, let's look at crypto real quick on CoinMarketCap. We have $1.177 trillion. Bitcoin dominance at just under 50%, so 49.9% of the market. Bitcoin at $30,138. Ethereum at $1,853. What else? What else? BNB at 235. XRP at $47, Cardano at 28, Dogecoin at 6 cents, Solana at 16 cents, Litecoin at 87 cents. Guys, I believe Bodogos, if you guys are in crypto land, you probably have heard of Bodogos. It's Easy Eats project. That just dropped, or it's like about to drop, or it's sort of dropping right now. Something about them is happening right now. I already did my stuff. I'm just letting y'all know because I know a lot of you guys who watch me also like Easy. I love Easy. We all love Easy. We're all wishing him the best. And I want to make sure you guys don't forget anything because they've been, talking about dropping the project for so long that I think people just forgot about it. Some people that maybe forgot about it. So I just want to let y'all know. Don't forget to hit up their Twitter and figure out what's going on over there. What was I going to do just a moment ago? Okay, yeah, on the 7 days. So on the 7-day chart, Bitcoin's up 13%, which is pretty solid. Ethereum right behind it at 7%, and everything below that anywhere ranges from up, even down a little bit to upwards of 15-20%. And that's the beauty of these altcoins, because under all these altcoins, even you could be even a more degenerate and find the microcaps underneath that are building on each of these blockchains that are probably up a lot more in bullish momentum, which we're in right now. We really are. We're up 13% on the 7-day chart. I mean, we looked at the chart. I mean, since the 15th. So yeah, 11 days of bullish momentum. And that's the shit that can happen, dude. When Bitcoin's confirmed bullish for a period of time, um, wild stuff happens in altcoin land. Absolutely wild, um, crazy stuff. So another like insane. Like, I guess this is the one we talked about last time. We had Litecoins, a couple things happening coming up. And I think this might be the same thing. Oh, this may also be Litecoin. Yeah. Okay, so there's no crazy news. So let's check out the main news here on Near Protocol before we jump into some of these charts. But so Near Protocol, guys, we are gonna have Noah on, who's one of my buddies. He does a lot of work with content side on Near Protocol, and they just partnered up with Alibaba. So Alibaba, for people who don't know, it's basically like Amazon. It's basically Amazon, but it's just like out there. It's a bit of a cheaper alternative. People buy in bulk a lot of times, like a lot of e-commerce people. Why can't I just find a lot of econ people will buy these things in bulk, whatever they're buying. Like I've heard everything from silly bands to fucking home gyms. You can buy anything in bulk here and then resell it on the open market for a lot more. That's what a lot of people use this for, and this is known for. If you're looking to buy cheap, fake versions of stuff, this is where you buy it. Like, I'm sure I've bought fake Gucci, stuff like that here before. You never really know what's gonna pop up on Alibaba. So that's pretty sick, dude. Honestly, I really fuck with that. And what you'll get is remote procedure calls, RPC as a service, multi-chain data indexing to provide data query API, and many more. So we're gonna check out their article here on CoinDesk. They partner with Alibaba Cloud to accelerate Web3 growth in Asia. The partnership will offer multi-chain indexing to provide data query API to developers. The Near Protocol, nonprofit behind the ecosystem development of the Near Protocol, is joining with Alibaba, the Chinese tech giants for computing and storage, to accelerate Web3 growth in the Middle East and Asia. So basically, their partnership granted the Near Foundation access to their developer ecosystem across Asia, to attract more developers to build on Near Protocol. So it's a bit of an even swap here, in my opinion. Shit, yo, Am I looking at ordinals at all? No, but I need to be. I really need to be. I need someone to kick me in the ass and tell me to get the fuck on it because I just have not been, and it's bad. It's bad. I need to. I need a reason. I need a real reason to even care about ordinals because I think the Bitcoin ordinals are cool. I think now that we have like Ethereum ordinals, it's getting out of hand here, and I don't think anyone gives a shit about that. However, Bitcoin ordinals are cool because they are inscribed on Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if anyone's gonna try, it's gonna be Bitcoin. Ethereum could also be outmaneuvered, but Bitcoin I see staying around long term. So, but I have not gotten into it yet. Bitcoin getting ready for spice. That's the thing, Janice. It's so hard to know in the short term because, in my opinion, the pump should have ended already. We should already be retracing a little bit or not. Um, I guess people are more willing to bet that good news is gonna come before bad news because of the ETF news. And in my head, I feel like it should be opposite. I feel like everyone's starting to pile in right now, and that's when all the sells are triggered, you know? And we were looking at here on Bitcoin. I mean, we're at a local high since the highest we've been since last year. Well, I mean, technically, like in April, a couple of months ago. But before that, I mean, these are high levels, bro. Last time we touched this was a year ago, like literally last June. Yeah, and then last June, it's end of June right now. So let's see where July starts. July starts here. So I guess we're in this range right here, which is kind of funny that it lines up almost exactly with that same exact line. However, this looks to be at the end of a bearish sentiment. We're on, like, a totally different trajectory, but this looks a lot more like accumulation in this range, to be honest, but we are pumping up, and we've been pumping up for a minute now. So, yeah, so I mean, you can't not be looking for buys because we just are bullish as fuck. Let's see. What do y'all see? Like, what do y'all think about Bitcoin? Bitcoin orders are inscribed in the Satoshi, bro, not off chain. No one can change your NFT. No, I'm talking about the Ethereum ones, Shizzy. The Ethereum ordinals, those I just don't understand them. I mean, I understand it for Bitcoin, but for Ethereum, it just doesn't make sense. But yeah, with crypto for Bitcoin, looks like we're doing a ton of just back and forth. Looks like we've made a new support line and hidden new resistance, but I have to hop into these smaller charts to even find anything. Yeah, yes, it's a bit chaotic in there right now for me to make any kind of claim right here on live. But yeah, anyways, for near protocol, I think that's fucking awesome. That's one of the coolest. That's one of the biggest probably adoptions right there. And this is more than likely how it's going to happen across the world. Is this will happen? Amazon will slowly probably add this into their thing as other people start to ask why they don't have it. I just think as more companies start to adopt because it's better and because it's more transparent inherently, people will want it. And when they want it and the competitors have it, you have no choice but to level up. It's how you get rid of the monopolies in the system, right? If Alibaba does so well that they start rivaling Amazon in a bunch of areas that used to not be rivaling them, that changes the entire game. And Amazon has to really reevaluate what they're doing and what they're not doing. And so this is cool to me because Amazon's already Web3. They already are, right? And Alibaba now is. That's kind of my point. Is that Alibaba's not the first one. They're not the first one. So it's like it's slowly working. Like Amazon got in, and now one of their main competitors is in. So the Near Foundation and the Alibaba Cloud will offer remote procedures called C as a service to developers and users in the Near ecosystem. It's a type of computer server that will allow users to move data on blockchains and send transactions to different networks. It will offer chain indexing to provide data query application programming interface API to developers. That's really fucking complicated. All it's saying is they're gonna be working together in a conjointed effort to help each other basically. Like they're gonna be using the blockchain operating system that they use for Near, and in exchange, they will just be able to have the blockchain. And so the price of Near jumped 8% to $1.57 on Monday following this Alibaba announcement. Let's see. Let's see where they're sitting at now. I don't know if they're on TradingView or not. Near protocol, they are. They're on Coinbase. Nice. Okay. When was this, by the way? Was this today? 25th. So this drops here, and I guess it took the whole day, unless they dropped it at the end of the day. They did drop it at the end of the day. That makes sense then. Okay, so it pops like literally immediately in entire institutional channel. Here's the thing. This is exactly it. This is exactly what we were talking about at the beginning of the stream. What did I tell you? The news is there to explain the price movement. It's not causing the price movement because it's not the real price movement that's being influenced here. The news is here to explain why this, oh shit. The news is here to explain why this happened. This is a huge candle, by the way. And this is completely uncontested. Completely uncontested, just straight up fucking infinity buys, right? Brrr, buy button. That's what this is. And that's there to explain because now people are like, what? How did this happen? That's not probably legal for like all this. Like, how is this a coordinated effort? It seems from institutions, has to be institutions with billions of dollars to trade because how else could you move the market like this? Oh, it's because of this, because a lot of people knew about this and they already knew to have the buys in and they were already preset to go. All their levels are ready to get hit. They buy up. If it hits here, their next buy limit is triggered. They buy it again. They buy in again. They buy in again, and they already have sell points up here because they've calculated this shit. That's what I'm saying. Like the price is explained by the news. It's just that explain it so they can get away with this, doing this. Us, we're gonna be learning to read these things and do our best to stay ahead and stay one step ahead. And that's the goal of these streams is to be staying up to date with some more of these events coming up and be able to try and judge these. Because if I had known about this, I just literally didn't know. You could probably predict that it's gonna pump, and if you're like, oh, this is coming up in 7 days, let me start dollar costing my way in into these levels. You're up, you know, you're up. So congratulations to Near Protocol. That's fucking awesome. Really, really cool. Here's their article on their own website. You guys want to check them out. Yeah. Very, very cool. They'll be using the Near Protocol's blockchain ecosystem or operating system. Very cool. Okay. In other news, switching over to NFTs slightly. We'll come back to some of the charts here in a moment, but I want to hit this Azuki stuff because it's interesting. Azuki has oh, wait. Yeah, yeah, we'll do Azuki first. So Azuki sitting at 15.29 ETH. I saw a few tweets out yesterday, and it was like confused looks and people being confused in general. And I was like, that's interesting. I wonder what happened. Like maybe their floor crashed or something weird like that. And then I saw this. We're gonna go over this too. There's someone broke down a whole uncensored thoughts, and it sort of went viral. So I don't even know who the fuck this Kermit person is, but whoever they are, they seem to be somewhat NFT growth consultant. And okay, whatever that means. Okay, let's check out what happened. So Azuki announces Elementals collection at Las Vegas event. This is not quite the bullish news everyone was hoping for. That happened last time. I forget what they did last year. They did, or it was like a year or two ago. They dropped some crazy announcement that happened right in the middle of it all, and it pumped everything up. It seems to have done the opposite here because they announced a 20,000 NFT collection here. It's going to be called Elementals, and yeah, man. I mean, here's the thing: I have absolutely no idea what this is going to do. But like, I just don't know if diluting the ecosystem is even necessary. Like what? Why? I guess I would need to know why. Anyways, it's gonna be a sister collection to the original 10K. It's gonna have 20K. Maybe they're just doing it to rival, the Bored Ape or the Mutant Apes or something like that. Like I don't know if they want more money. I don't know. All I know is all Zuki holders gain early access to this launch, each receiving an airdrop of an unrevealed and locked elemental that will only become accessible after the 27th, after their sale. So additionally, all Azuki and Beans holders were airdropped a soul token called an elemental chip to commemorate the event. So I like that part of it. Uh, so let's look at some of these details for the mint. If you're interested, the rest of the elementals will go on sale Tuesday the 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Azuki and Beans holders have the privilege of pre-sale access at 9 a.m. to 9:10 a.m. Pacific time. So I guess they have. I'm not sure how that would work if they open at the same time. Whatever. So basically, oh, okay. So they must start at 9:20 for public. Yeah, 9:20 for public, and then a public auction will follow a Dutch auction model and kick off the price at 2 ETH. Price will gradually decline by zero point 0.1 in 5-minute intervals until all 1,000 are collected and sold in the public auction. So That's what's going on there. And, people just don't like that. People don't really like diluting the ecosystem. I mean, you see what happened to Bored Apes. Bored Apes is now sitting at a 38 ETH floor, basically at an all-time low for since this is the lowest price since October 31st, 2021, I think. Yeah, damn. So very low, and they've got like 27 collections out. That's probably one of the reasons, not the only reason, but for sure one of them. And anyways, if you wanted to join the pre-sale, you have to have a mandatory deposit of 2 ETH. So they're really not trying to have this price dump. I don't think they're gonna be able to avoid it, but they're trying to make it so that only a certain caliber of investor is able to invest in these things. So participants will be refunded to the balance between their initial deposit and the concluding price of the Dutch auction at the public sale. The tokens will remain non-transferable until the conclusion of the sale. That's very important. So there's going to be no volume. So it's going to be like as soon as the sale ends, we'll see what goes on here. So I'm trying to think if this has ever happened. I don't know. That's very interesting to me. Love to know what you guys think about that. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with anyone doing anything different. Uh, So if the goal here is to get away from this model of expensive NFT because it doesn't make a difference to the founders, once you've made that money, once you've made the mint money and you've had good volume for a while, it's not that big of a deal now. So like maybe it makes more sense for them to expand and you know allow their floor price to go down when they know that like it's probably not sustainable. Like the chances of Azuki being worth more in 5, 10 years is just fucking slim, dude. It just is. It just is slim. And so, but it doesn't change the amount of money that they have in their treasury. So for that reason, I'm like, maybe they're trying to, maybe everyone's trying to get away from this model that we have in NFTs to start to evolve a little bit, which I'm down with. It's just I don't know how it's gonna happen when everyone bought in at these prices. Like if this drops to 4 or 5 ETH, and then maybe Ethereum pumps up to 100K, then we're looking at like a 1 ETH floor, or not even 1 ETH. Like if ETH was at $100,000, like Azuki would be sitting at like a point 0.1 ETH floor. You know what I'm saying? It would just. I'm not sure how that would affect the mentality of a lot of NFT holders. For that reason, myself personally, I'm just focusing myself on the business side and interacting with the business side of Web3, and trying to figure out legitimate career paths rather than trying to chase pumps and chase which NFT project might do well short term to midterm. It's just so much more risky, dude. Just not nearly as interesting. So, anyways, let's break down this thread here from Kermit. And if you guys are on YouTube, if you're not watching this on YouTube, highly recommend you watch this video stream. So we're gonna jump through this little stream together, or this little, what do you call this, thread together. And also I share the video link on the top pin. I'm gonna share the video stream for YouTube alongside it. Okay, here we go. So Kermit, Crypto Kermit says Suzuki may have fumbled their bag. My uncensored thoughts on the Elementals mint. One of 19? Bro, Jesus Christ. Oh, by the way, this is a great note. For anyone who's writing threads, I've noticed this recently. On your second thread, before we begin, make sure to bookmark this thread. Say that. It's valuable and lengthy read. You wouldn't want to miss this. Let's get started. This is doing really well. I've seen NFT God do this and a few other industry leaders, and I think it's a great move. Yeah, anyways. Yesterday, they this thing. It's a Dutch auction. Everyone already hates that word, so that's not good. So they got a bunch of FUD on the 2 ETH mint price, dilution of the ecosystem, a 10-minute time window. Beans holders don't stand a chance. And so they're just saying this is high. This is obvious. Like this is of course going to happen. I don't even know why people bother doing this anymore. It's like what everyone thinks about Dutch auctions. Like it. You know that there's no way we'll ever go over positive, yet you still do a Dutch auctions. I will never understand that, but they're doing it. And they're choosing a 2 ETH floor or a 2 ETH mint in a bear market. So of course you're gonna get this kind of FUD. So that's why I'm kind of like maybe they don't care. Like I just don't know if it's in anyone's best interest to care about that, to be honest. It's tough to know. It's tough to know because I feel like Luca Nets wants to do what he's doing the best, and he also wants to create the highest floor. I don't know how you create the highest floor over time. Like it's really hard for me to know unless you truly make them such a successful collectible that you have a Charizard, a holographic Charizard type of effect, and that's just that is a hard sell for me. Like now, at this point in NFTs, maybe 2 years ago, I would have thought absolutely this is possible because they were collectibles that people wanted. But when the hype of them being an NFT faded, I didn't really, I guess, account for that as much. And I was like, oh wait, it'll be hard, even if Pudgy Penguins is a success, for the original 10K collection to be worth more than they are right now. Like, why would someone pay that? Like, there's got to be some true reason to hold an asset like that if you're not going to be able to sell it and make profit or be able to stake it or something. Like, I really think that some level of staking will be able to happen. I just don't know what that'll be in the future. Because otherwise, it's like, why would you hold a Pudgy Penguin? It just makes no sense. Doesn't matter what the project is. Anyways, let's move on. So dilution, obviously the same thing. Everyone's pissed about the dilution. We talked about that already. 10-minute mint windows for sure. I noticed that when we were talking about it a second ago, how they can mint from 9 to 9:10 a.m. Uh, but it's like a fucking bear market, dude. Like, shut up. Yeah, it's just I don't know. That's not a big deal to me. I think people are just looking for fucking reasons to get mad. Beans hold limited opportunity. This is the most prevalent issue that people were talking about. I guess the one that people were just not excited about. They're like, yeah, people are just saying like, there's no reason for me to hold beans. And now they've got the beans. They've got that fucking farmer character. That, like, I don't even know what's going on. Anyways, as a bean holders myself, Kermit says, I immediately started to feel this as soon as the supply size was announced at 20,000. And it became apparent that not everyone in the community would have an opportunity to participate in the minting process, especially, essentially, Azuki has included two-thirds of their community from a highly anticipated mint. So while they understand prioritizing Azuki holders, they want to make sure that the other people are getting something from it. Um, and I guess people are selling their beans. So let's see. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people sold their beans just so they get a little bit more ETH so they could prioritize on the upcoming mint. The thing is, dude, just when you set a price like 2 ETH, you're like, there's no way to go not down. There's no way to not go down when you set it that bar that high for a mint in this kind of market. It's so risky, dude. We'll see what happens. So some may argue that beans were a free airdrop should not be expected to have some same level of benefits to Azuki's. However, for myself and numerous others, the idea of investing around 2 ETH for a third of a chance at Azuki's next thing appears to be an unreasonable proposition. So I mean, he's saying he's getting a little bit of bitterness. Why am I holding this? Like, what's the reason for being in this third tier collection now? If this is going to be the second tier, this new one, he says, "Do I believe they'll mint out at 2 ETH? Absolutely, I'd agree. Do I think Azuki will lose its long term appeal? Absolutely not. I also happen to agree. I don't love it, but I don't. I do agree. Um, but he thinks that the beans should not be third tier collectible because that's not what he thinks that the beans holders signed up for. That's kind of interesting to me. I actually do like this take. I feel this is a proper take. This is very nice to see someone do a thread that is somewhat, you know, critical in nature, but not overly negative and calling out and screaming and hollering. I really fuck with that. You guys know my brand is never really like that. I just can't get into it, bro. Like I watch like Crypto Wendy or BitBoy and I see them getting these like where they're like, the institutions are coming after you, and they're like, I want to do that so bad. I just like don't care like that, you know. Like, I don't know what it is. Like I can't be bothered to get heated about it like that. I just don't care like that. I'm so separated from it that like the idea of switching into that character sounds so fun to me. And I think as I got better and I start to learn more about how the price is involved with the news and my world starts to collide a little bit more in person or emotionally, I think I'll be able to step into that role. It'll be easier. But right now I'm still on the outer skirts of trading, obviously. It's literally the third stream of coffee break back. So I'm still in the beginning. I woke up late today, like I'm still in the fucking, up and down part of my life. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I love this though. I'm really happy this tweet did well. Gives me some fucking hope. Honestly, would love to know your on this Yuki thing. If you're enjoying the stream, by the way, hit that like, hit that retweet button if you're in spaces, bottom right corner. I really appreciate it. The best way to support from YouTube. The like button. I appreciate y'all. Wherever you're at, we'll move on. So let's check out ETH real quick. Let's see what it's doing. So ETH. So typically for new people watching, once Bitcoin moves and makes a move, ETH will typically follow. So you can look here on the crypto charts. Similar, very similar. All of crypto, in fact, follow some level of a pattern. When this is the very important asterisk, when we are in bullish sentiment or a bearish sentiment, not if we're in the middle. If we're in the middle, that is risky territory. But if we are established bullish momentum, 7 days of pumping, right? You can say Bitcoin is in a bullish momentum. That's when you're like, okay, Bitcoin's been pumping for 11 days straight. ETH has been pumping for 11 days straight. That means these are probably gonna be all right for a little bit. That's what it means. You can kind of bet on them doing that. So in the bull run, I remember. So that's why I'm so excited because by the time the bull run kicks off, I'll be comfortable enough to be like excited to trade and stuff like that, and we'll be able to capitalize. And I'm just pumped about it. So, anyways, let's look at ETH. Ooh, okay. I encourage you guys to follow me and watch this on YouTube, by the way, because you won't be able to see anything that I'm doing unless you're on YouTube because I'm on the charts here. All right, let's see when I mark this up. I guess I would have had to do this on the 4-hour. So, yeah, for me, from where Bitcoin was at, I basically undershot it for Bitcoin. It went way above my price target, and then it traded into this consolidation range. So that's what we see here. Guys, if you're watching it, it pumped up here, and then it bounced around, pumped up, came back down, filled all this back in, and now we're at this level here. And now we're going to basically see if we're going to have to, like, see basically if this is a switch into bearish territory, then we're gonna ride down these imbalances pretty quickly, I think. Uh, and this is Bitcoin, right? So with ETH, I thought they might actually go higher, but it didn't. It made it here. That was the local top so far. So if Bitcoin keeps going and doing well, the ETH will probably just follow. But if Bitcoin starts to hit this range, which seems a lot more likely, that will start to consolidate a little bit. And then, in my opinion, I think we got to trend down slightly, at least slightly, to fill in some of these imbalances. That's just my opinion. We've been pumping so straight up for so long, and I think the good news is kind of not dwindled out, but like the last 48 hours is when I've seen people like be like, "Yo, I should buy Bitcoin, I should buy Ethereum," and I'm like, oh no, when you start to hear people talking about buying, that's when you're like, I should start looking at sales. Maybe I should start looking at sales, and that's just a philosophy I like to live on. It doesn't mean you should follow that every single time. That should always be your strategy. But typically, when people start talking about buying in and getting in, that's because they've seen people talking about it for 2 weeks and they're starting to think, fuck, I might as well get in before I miss it. And that's right when it fucking drops. Always, dude. Always. That's why trading is so stupid. And I love it too. But like, it's so stupid because you're going to be wrong 70% of the time, almost no matter what. Even if you're a good trader, the good traders are ones that have proper risk management. So they make an incredible, 10-1 trade that makes up for the fact that they lost the last 6 trades. But they have good risk management, so they only lost 1% of their trade each time. So that's what's cool about trading is like you can still it's kind of like Babe Ruth. He swung out fucking all the time. But when he hit, he made up for it. And he's right now, still probably known as the GOAT of baseball. That's kind of how it goes. So we'll zoom in here on Ethereum. Why do I keep moving back to Bitcoin? So ETH, I thought we were going to keep going up. Here we've definitely hit some level of accumulation, reaccumulation, but ETH has sort of peaked down below here, and it's potentially, on a longer time frame, these are just big candles, and there's definitely imbalance in here for sure. Imbalance to fill in here, like straight up all green candles could be filled. ETH looks like it might be starting to trend downwards. This changes as Bitcoin goes up, though. It's very, very rare that ETH just completely does the opposite of Bitcoin. It's not really a thing. So if you zoom in on the 15-minute chart here, again, if you're not on YouTube, I highly suggest you go onto YouTube and hit us up there. But pretty much we were bouncing up and down. We went up, and we never made a higher high. This was the last higher high, right? This was the last higher low there, and then we started to trend down. Never really made it up. This one peaked right above these levels. So part of me thinks, like, here's the setup that we see that we kind of look for a lot of times is bouncing, equal highs, equal lows in here, and then it breaks the structure. Institutional candle breaks the structure a little bit. It's I guess we have to zoom in a little bit more here to see what's really going on. Bouncing, huge wick. Yeah, so it's very possible that this wick is symbolizing. Oh, shit. Shit, I'm still not used to trading view, guys. I need to be, but I'm not. It here we go. It's possible that this keeps going and we missed it, and it just keeps going in. I feel like it's more possible that we do this, then now we broke structure. So we were doing this. Psh, it's possible we come back in, touch these levels, and then continue to trend downwards. This can happen if Bitcoin either shits itself or does nothing. If Bitcoin goes up, I don't think that'll happen. But from here, I mean, shit, this is when 25th. So for the last day, we've been in the negative, and let's see. Well, yeah, that this was tough. Yeah, I mean, we're literally in accumulation, but this is the first time that we've broken structure this low. That's the only reason I think we mitigate and we get back in up here, and then we start to head downward. It's the only reason, right? Otherwise, it's the exact same. It's up, down, up, down, up, down. Only difference is here we peaked way below these levels and we came back down here, right? That's institutional stuff. That's just the way it goes. That's not something we can control. We're just there to try and ride these waves. You know. Anyways, let's move on. We got one more story. Pretty cool shit. Before we get into it, look at these NFT markets. Blur, OpenSea, Immutable X, X2Y2 looks rare. Those are the top five. Blur on the 7-day chart, 117 million. I think Philip usually divides that into four, so closer to 20. OpenSea at 37 million. So we cut that in four, closer to 10. Immutable X, we don't even need to talk about these. There's nothing compared to the two sharks. Blur and OpenSea. Blur still over OpenSea. Let's look on the 30-day chart. Damn, dude, Blur is just crushing OpenSea. Insane. Insane. All right. Oh no, I fucking shoot, I deleted it. Okay. Before we get into this last story about NFTs, I want to go through these top 10. Let's see who's trending. Let's see who's doing well. Not on the last day. I don't like to look at the last hour or even usually not the last day. We'll look at the last day real quick. I know AZUKI's on top. Yeah, 15 AZUKI. Is right below them at 37.69 ETH. Beans at 1.28, crashing almost 50%. Mutant Apes 7.49. They touched 6 ETH yesterday, I heard. D-Gods 9.49 have crashed out of the double digits for the first time in a little while. Captains at 7.97 ETH. Wrath CryptoPunks at 60 ETH. Milady at 3.4. Utility When, I don't even know what that is, at 0.13. CloneX at 1.99. And Kennel Club at 3.12. Pudgy Penguins at 4.38. If we look on the 7-day chart, it looks very similar. So here's the last story. World of Women partnered up with Barcelona. The real Barcelona, by the way. Legitimate. Like Champions League, Barcelona. Lionel Messi, Barcelona, right? They just dropped an NFT. It's an auction, one of one. It just dropped like literally a couple hours ago, I think. So just dropped out the first bids for almost $400. Let's look at some of these details here. World of Women. We're partnered with Champions League and La Liga official La Liga winners Barcelona. Introducing Mastery number 2, Empowerment by Re.eth, 3D artist, oil painter. Tribute to the unstoppable spirit of Alexia Putellas, who was, I believe she's the captain of Barcelona's team that won the Champions League this year. So they came together, did a real NFT collaboration. This is all legit. The purpose of it was to be a tribute to her and just an auction one of one collectible with some unique perks. And I made a great video on this breaking down what it was. But 10,000, almost 9.3 thousand people tuned into this spaces. So it was a hot topic. People were really excited about it. The role in all this was they curated the incredible artists for this piece. And just to get into some of these details on what it was, I think it was which tweet? Here it is. All right. This is her. It's a 2-day auction. It's a one of one. The holder will receive a in real life meet and greet with Alexia, signed pair for boots, a signed seat from the Spotify Camp Nou with her image drawn on it. So that's fucking awesome. And so it's just a collectible. It's just a collectible with a little bit of utility to it. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I can't think of a reason there would need to be hate on that. I think that's dope. And World of Women is out here making the right partnerships right now. They're crushing it. World of Women is doing exactly what they say they're doing. Right? If you keep up with World of Women, if you keep up with Shannon, who's their COO. Oh shoot, hold on, I don't remember her last name. I have to go to my following. I'm on the other account right now. So I can go to following and see if I can search for someone. No. Okay, well, Shannon, I forget her last name, but she's World of Women COO, and she goes around, does a lot of the talks about World of Women. And she always talks about how one of their main things is through these intentional strategic collaborations, that basically they bring something to the table and the other company brings something to the table and they collaborate. And this is literally how all the best brands do it. This is how it's done. This is what they do. They're following a blueprint that works. And they've got a strong brand. They've got the right people in. They've got really solid people. You guys know George Keenum definitely fucks and stands behind the World of Women. I'll even show you. I've got one, bro. I got one. Show you mine. This is my World of Women Galaxy. She's beautiful. You know what? Let me actually show you. I also got. So if you're a holder of World of Women or Galaxy, you can actually get a custom made one with your NFT. Share my screen here. Here we go. That's my girl. That's my girl. Beautiful. Yeah, so you can do this really quickly, easily on their website. It just renders it for you. Super easy. Love that shit. Love that shit. All right, back to my normal window. So yeah, congratulations to World of Women. That is a really, really cool partnership. And no one's talking about it, dude. Nobody's talking about it. That's what it doesn't bother me, but it's kind of like, bro, at what point, like, what are we doing here? You know, like people say they want to do all these things for the space and stuff, and then like real projects are doing real stuff. But projects like Diga, I mean, I think Diga is doing a great job building a brand online, but like, let's be honest, they haven't like, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like some projects just have such an unbelievable value set on them for no real reason. And then companies that are doing actual stuff, like this is Barcelona. Like I just watched them on TV like yesterday. Like I just don't understand how these kind of things just don't get anyone's attention. Near Protocol partnering up with Alibaba, and it doesn't make any of the news stations in crypto. It's just like, bro, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm gonna do what I think is right and cover the things that I think are important, and it is always panned out for me. It is a delayed gratification type of thing, so it won't pay off for a long time, but at some point it will, and we'll be happy we stuck with it. Because in my opinion, like this is important to talk about. This is interesting. If you're trying to be a tapped in figure in Web3, you should know about stuff like this, not about the stuff that we're about to talk about, which is fucking stupid. All right. What if women? Let's see what their floor is at. It's probably not even at 1 ETH. After all this shit, like it's just unbelievable, bro. Like, how do you not value this at even 1 ETH, but you value it's just I'll never understand it, bro. I just want to understand it. There's so many great, terrific NFT projects out there, and I know everyone watching this knows. I bet all of you can think of 3 projects under 1 ETH that absolutely should be valued at something way higher than something in the top 20. It's just crazy, dude. So frustrating. I would love to get a War of Women one day. I am looking. Like War of Women's one I want to get into. Like let's do this real quick before we move into the worst last story ever because it's just dumb. Let's look at some of the projects that I want to get into. Lazy Lions, and look, this is purely for my own entertainment. Like I don't have any reason to be paying $1,000 for a picture, but like these are projects that if I would be spending picture money for no reason, which I'm not going to be for a little while once I start making bank. out of nowhere for no reason or something, which is possible. If I start making a bunch of money, these are the ones we're looking at. Lazy Lions, World of Women. I just stuck with these. These are all the OG projects, basically, guys. Horse Mutant Ape Yacht Club. Just quickly go through these floors. I like this beanie. That's pretty fire. Cool hat. Yeah, it'll be very cool one day to be shopping for one of these for one that I might pick up. I would love to get one of these closer to like these are sitting at 7, 8 ETH, so 12 to $15,000. I think we can get these closer to like 6 or 7,000 at a low point in the market. The only thing that'll be interesting is if like you know if I should buy it at that point, like, if they dropped to $6,000, at that point, is it even a smart decision to buy it, right? Like, have they lost their prominence at that point? So that's why I don't know yet. So Mutants is definitely in there, Lazy Lions is in there, World of Women is in there, Friends is probably in there. Dude, honestly, VFriends was not on my radar, even though I love Gary V and I love VFriend, I just didn't wanna I just didn't really wanna hold one of these, and I'll tell you, the only reason I fuck with these is because I saw the cards. The only reason. I only want these now because I've seen these printed on professional trading cards, and they look fucking awesome. I don't know, I can't explain it. Like, they look so silly, but it's something that you can't know until you hold a VFriends card in your hand, a trading card, and you're like, "Wait a second, this is kinda sick." And that's the only reason I want one. So I would love to get one of these. So, yeah, VFriends definitely in the runnings. Who else, dude? Who else? Probably an Impact Theory key. So Tom Bilyeu, Project Kaizen is one I wanna definitely get into. So real quick, let's just have a look at these. So the floor on these is about half mint price. I think they minted at 0.1. Let's look for the legendary tier. So for people who don't know, this is Tom Bilyeu. By the way, wait, before we even look at this, Tom Bilyeu fucking posted it on his main account. The video that I made. Let's look it up. For this video, Unlocking the Future Journey into the Boundless Realms of Virtual Worlds. I definitely recommend watching this. One of my best videos to date so far. Absolutely one of my best videos. And he saw it and he loved it. Check this out. This is his Twitter. He's got about 2 or 3 million on Instagram. I think he's got a huge following. He's very much like a Gary V type of figure. He put this on his main account. He wrote a whole thing about it, linked to my video, and then thanked me right below it. So Tom Bilyeu has officially collaborated with the Joyish Kingdom. Was able to meet him in VFriend at VCon, and man, was so happy. One of my favorite humans alive. Would love to work with Project Kaizen one day, but yeah, Impact Theory definitely in there. Legendary keys are going for about half of what they're going for, or no, way less. No, a third, not even a fourth or a fifth of what they used to go for. I think they minted at 3 ETH or something like that. But here's the thing, like with this kind of project, it's different. Like I know some people are going to be like, "Oh, they must not be worth anything." Here's the thing, they're worth exactly what they're worth at that moment, right? Like when they were at 3 ETH, we were at a point where talking to, being able to talk to and be in a room with, and be in these private rooms with Tom Bilyeu was worth being in that during the time you held it, in my opinion. You paying 3 ETH to sit there and being in these meetings with him, have access to him, that's worth it. In a market like this, it's still worth it, but it's not worth paying 3 ETH for it. Not $12,000. Not when ETH is $4,000. It's just not worth that because the return on monetary investment right now is probably not worth that. Doesn't mean these aren't worth, like, it doesn't mean these like are stupid. They still give you the same access. This at 1,200 gives you the same access it gave you at 12,000. We're in a market now where you have even better access. I would argue this is the time to get in. So I'm definitely looking at this to get into, just because I want to support him. The same reason I want to get into VFriends, right? Uh, let's see what else. Deadfellas, yeah, for the culture. 0.24. Plus, they're just crashed so low. Like I want to own all these. Like Cool Cats is in there. I honestly don't really like Deadfellas that much, but they're OG, so I'll throw them in the hat. I'll probably get one if I'm balling out. Like I'll probably buy one, right? Like I'm only looking through these if I'm balling out. Cool Cats for sure. I've always wanted to hold a Cool Cats, dude. Like I'm pretty confident that I'll own one of these one day. Just because hopefully I'll be smart and sell it after the hype ends around my posts and I'm like, ah, Cool Cats. What else? The other one. Oh, Cryptodes. Dude, it's so funny because I shit on this project so much it hurts. Toads. Because they had no reason to be at 10 ETH, bro. And it just made me so it was just so annoying, dude. So annoying. And now they're like at this really cheap floor. And it just gives me such OG vibes, bro. It gives me such nostalgic pixel art vibes. I just can't help it. I want one. And you know what? My heart has grown softer in recent months. I've grown softer. I kind of want one. So those are the NFTs I'm looking at. So anyway, here's the last story. Nothing important. But it's part of the reason that Bored Apes kind of crashed a little bit. Machi, one of the bigger holders of Bored Ape Yacht Club, dumped 39 of them for 2.7 million, and the price dumped to 35 ETH. These were all on Blur, by the way, so I'm sure that must be why Blur's had such an influx of volume recently because of Bored Apes being at the top of the funnel for controversy and people selling and buying stuff. So that makes sense to me. And yeah, they're sitting at currently the lowest price since October of 2021. Insane price. I mean, that's ridiculous, dude. We've been in a steady downtrend since April 24th. And they had a spike here where average was 170. Jesus Christ. What happened here? August? Wait. Wow. For some reason pumped up to 170. That's wild. Okay, well, let's see. Oh shit, Franklin is bored. He's on the move. He just bought 2 of them. Interesting. Franklin's bored. If you guys know him on Twitter, he just bought these 30 minutes ago and 2 hours ago for 36 WETH and 36 WETH. This dude literally swing trades Bored Apes. What a life, dude. What a life. Janix, did you do that Fortnite Airphoria thing? I checked it out. It was pretty cool. Other projects should hopefully make similar experiences in Fortnite. I did not do it. I'm not a big gamer, to be honest, but I think I know what you're talking about. And I did see, I believe Philip actually covered it with me on Friday. Oh, I would love to see that. Yeah, anything in that world is fucking awesome. I mean, the video we made on Ready Player One, this video is like a Ready Player One world. I mean, look at it. I'll just play a couple seconds for you. Like these are the graphics we're looking at here. I mean, it's beautiful. I'm serious, guys. This is a terrific video. You should definitely watch this. Anyways, that's part of the reason Bored Apes is dumping. Machi dumped it. And that's honestly the majority of everything we've got going on here. I'm down to ooh, I forgot to retweet this video stream. I'm down to real quick check out these charts and see what else is going on. Let's see what else. ApeCoin. I feel like ApeCoin hasn't done too much. I feel like the hype around the voting has sort of dwindled. So it looks like I was right. Okay, so yeah, they've started to taper off. Yeah, so yeah, up and down, peaked up a little bit, came down. I guess now we're looks like we have a new range. Slightly, maybe not. No, we're too early. I can't really anything from this, to be honest. I know we're bullish from June 18th, so about 10 days of bullish moving with Bitcoin, but extremely volatile. Not extremely volatile, but yeah, here's the original range we were in. Broke through that structure, didn't come back down all the way, just continued going up. So that's interesting because Ethereum is doing the same kind of thing. So maybe this doesn't mitigate back up here. Maybe it does something else. Maybe it does this. Can I change the color on this somehow? Maybe it does instead. It does this, comes down, and only goes slightly up before continuing downward. That's also a possibility instead of going up like this. Let me see if I can change this color. Really? Can I not? Oh, I can. Okay, cool. So yeah, these are the two possibilities in my opinion. I just think Zoom out here. Yeah, I mean, it's just so tough, dude. It's totally dependent, like contingent on Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin just continues ranging, it's different. But it seems that we're sort of trending downward, sort of. But we're also totally accumulating right here. Like, yeah, I mean, it's just hard to know, bro. We're accumulating. This one hasn't broken structure like crazy yet, so it's hard to know. I would love to know what you guys think. I don't this on a demo account, the Ethereum trade. I'm willing to, because here's the thing, like I'm not gonna know, like I know I'm aware that like the best traders miss most of their trades, but when they nail it, they have the right risk reward. So I'm not scared of making riskier trades, especially on a demo account. But this is kind of what I'm looking at. I think it's possible that it does this. It's also possible that it just literally does nothing else. But the fact that it broke structure is so, like, I mean, crashed through that, bro. Just destroyed that. And now they were able to get in buys here, right? That's the reason they did it. They were able to snap buys in here, and now that's why I'm like, if they set in buys, I think that they wanna push it back up. That makes sense to me. That's why the trades that's how trading, like, works. That's how you gotta think. You're like, "Okay, they pushed this price down by pushing the sells. It triggered all their buys down here. They have buys set up to go off. That's why it hit a line here. In my opinion, we come back here, and then we continue the trend down. I don't know. That's my thoughts. That's it, guys. All right. So, pretty much all I wanted to leave you with. Trying to think if there's anything else right before I hop off here. I want to say thank you guys for being here. Once I have a little bit more of some structure, once we've got a few of these more of these streams down pat, and I got to get better at the scheduling thing, like the idea of sending out the spaces and YouTube reminder the day before instead of like forgetting until the day of. Like those are the things I got to nail down, and then I'm excited to start introducing some in real life giveaways and introducing some guest based stuff. I want us to bring in forex experts. I happen to know a bunch. Like, wait, I mean, I should have known. I literally work in fucking Web3, but like, I know so many professional traders. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Why don't I just bring these motherfuckers on? Like, maybe, how about this? Like, we'd love to know your thoughts on this. Like, should I make it where on the Thursday stream, it's focused more on trading and charts? And then, the Monday stream is more focused on the stories and stuff like that. It's just hard to know because I can't always predict which one's going to be more story build, like which day have stories, where maybe I don't wanna have a guest, because when you have a guest, I guess it just takes longer. I'm not sure. Like, I would love to have one guest-based episode, one non-guest not one non-guest-based episode. I'm also down to have normal streams by myself and bring in guests for segments. Like, maybe right now, I would hit up Devin and be like, "Yo, call in real quick. Like, we're gonna look at the charts the next 20 minutes." And he's a forex expert kinda thing. Like, that's the kinda thing I'm thinking of. So, we'd love to know your guys' input on that. Otherwise, guys, I'm gonna sign out here. We're coming up on about an hour. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for coming here in the coffee break. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you learned something. If you did, smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Join the kingdom. If you're on Twitter, wherever you're at, hit that retweet button for me. Please also let me know before you pop out of here if you're in spaces. Let me know how the audio is because I'm having issues and I'm starting to think I may have to switch to StreamYard. But the Twitter Spaces audio should not be anything to do with Restream and StreamYard. But please let me know. Leave a comment down below if it sucks. If I need to replace it, if I got to think about something, because I just don't know. I can't hear the stream right now. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. Until next time, continue your new age, continue to learn, and be great for your life. Watch